Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our Healthy Get Made Simple today. My name is Lindsay Jepperson, and I'm a health coach with Take Shape for Life. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my story. The picture on the left is me in the beginning, my first mud run that I did. I weighed about 208 pounds. I didn't have very much energy. I was depressed, on antidepressants, taking Ambien every night to sleep. And my dad is the one that got me on this program. I saw my dad doing it and thought, oh, if my dad can do this, I can do it. So I have lost 67 pounds now doing the program, and my smile doesn't show it, but I am now a healthy, happy mom, and I'm so excited to help other people meet their goals. And the picture on the left is one of my other coaches, Melissa Bullock. She was at a really hard time in her life and felt like she didn't have any control over anything, and she wanted to have control over the one thing she could, and that was her weight. And she's lost over 50 pounds and looks amazing and is loving helping people as well. And I'd like to welcome Vicki Hobbs on the phone right now. If you want to tell your story, Vicki.
Sure. Thanks, Lindsay. I love this program. It is so amazing. I was at a point where I had gained 50 pounds in 6 months, or 6 years, 6 years. And you look at that and you think, wow, so that's just really, 10 pounds a year, but it's not that easy, because every year I was buying larger size clothing. I was unhappy with the way that I looked. I was depressed. I felt like everyone that I met judged me on my weight, and I just was at a point where I needed to make a change. My back hurt, my knees hurt, my health was bad, my cholesterol was high, everything was just out of whack, and I knew that I had to change. So my husband told me that this was the very last program that I could try, that if I didn't lose weight and keep it off on this program, that would be it, no more. And so I met Lindsay at our church, and I watched her progress and was very impressed. She works out, but I do not work out, so I was thinking the program would not work for me. But I talked to her, and she said, no, everything on this program, all of the meals are nutritionally balanced. It keeps your metabolism level, and you have energy, which I needed. And your health improves, your cholesterol goes down, you look great, and you feel great. So as of December the 5th, I will have been on the program for 3 months, and I have now lost 30 pounds. So I'm very excited about it. My knees don't hurt anymore. My back doesn't hurt anymore. I feel better. I have energy. My cholesterol is way down. And the energy and the better health is really, really important to me. And I'm making fabulous choices and don't really want all of the junk food that I used to crave. And I tell you, this program, if I had to prepare the meals, I wouldn't do it, because I'm on the go all the time. And this is the easiest program, because I pack my food for the day, and then I go about my day no matter what I'm doing. I know I've got my meals with me right there. They're already made, and it works. It's great. You feel wonderful, and the support is amazing. The support is just fabulous. So anyway, that's my story. So if anybody is interested, talk to Lindsay, talk to me, talk to Chantelle, and we will hook you up.
Awesome. Thanks, Vicki. I love it. I love that. I love your story. I love everybody's stories. It's so fun to hear them all. And this is Chantelle Flake, and she's going to tell us her story.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks for having me on, Lindsay. I agree with Vicki. Like, what she just described is a miracle. That's what us as coaches, we have seen those happen over and over and over again. I actually started the program just wanting to be able to help other people. I was at a healthy weight, but I really want to help other people, including my mom on the right-hand side. So the picture on the right is my mom, and the picture on the left is me. I'll tell a little bit more about mine. But I was at a healthy weight, so I just want to help other people. So I decided to just share this with the people that I love, because I saw so many transformations. My mom, it doesn't look like she's lost a ton of weight there. It was about, I'd say about 30 pounds, but really the bigger miracle for her was she had inflammation and just terrible like inflammation in her joints, and she struggled a lot. Like some days she couldn't even get out of bed because it was so painful for her, arthritis and everything. So she decided to just see what healthy food would do for her. And she says that her pain level has gone from being a 9 or a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 to all the way down to really just some days maybe a 1 or 2. So it's been a complete miracle for our family. She feels like she's like back in her 20s now, and she looks absolutely amazing. The weight coming off was just a side effect of her getting healthy. Myself, I realized that I wasn't as healthy as I thought I could be. I started eating 6 small meals and really following the habits of health that this program teaches. And I now have energy for my little boys, my 4 little boys running around. I really had to take a nap and like eat chocolate every day to keep up with them. But now I don't have to do that anymore. I love that this program is for any stage of life. People that need to lose 200 pounds, people that need to lose 5 pounds, people that want to maintain a healthy weight, people like myself that just wanted to have a healthy pregnancy. This is me, on the left 6 weeks before delivering my fourth boy, and then a couple weeks after on the right. And I just can tell you it's a miracle that the weight came off so quickly. And I don't even attribute this to myself. I attribute it to the program because it's an amazing program that just teaches you step by step what to do. And it's just laid out for you. So you just follow the plan. We just have so many plans for everybody. So I'm just excited that you guys came on to this webinar to just learn a little bit more. We heard a lot of interest in just hearing more about the holidays, how to stay healthy during the holidays. Really, now is the perfect time to get healthy. I don't know if you've ever felt like this, the little comic on the right-hand side, it says, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, so don't forget to set your scales back 10 pounds, right? Raise your hand if you totally thought that. But that's not necessary because we have the tools. We have ways to be able to maintain your weight. That's the norm, but let's go against the norm. Let's set a new norm here. So here's some tips. Kudos to you guys for hopping on this Zoom and also listening to the playback, because that's the first step, is just really educating yourself on how to be healthy and how to improve your life. Just having that desire to be a little bit better. Kudos to you. So yeah, let's go through a couple of these things. Support is huge. And, that's why Lindsay and we're all health coaches where that's been proven that we all need help. We can't just tell our husband like, hey, hold me accountable for this. We need somebody that's not so attached, and we need that support. So grab a health coach, grab a best friend, grab somebody who, can help you keep accountable. Minimize exceptions. How many times is there another meal, another birthday, an anniversary, a holiday? I mean, there's always something, right? To say, hey, this is an exception for cake. But really, why? I mean, just throw out all those exceptions and just say now is the best time to get healthy. Make sure not to skip those meals. Eat 6 balanced meals, okay? 6 balanced. Great. Can you close that door, bud? My little guy just came in. Eat 6 balanced meals. Do not skip those meals. Every 2 to 3 hours, you want to eat a protein carb balance. Lindsay's actually, we're going to talk about that a little bit more of how to balance those. Make sure when you go to gatherings, do not go hungry. Okay. Avoid drinking all your calories. Lindsay's going to go over that as well about make sure not to drink those. You want to be able just to eat your calories. 3-bite rule. Have you ever heard this? Number 1, the first bite. You really savor that bite because that's the best bite. The second bite, it's not quite as good, right? And the third bite is really not as good. So maybe just take that first bite. Lindsay, do you want to go over these last 3 on the screen real quick?
Yeah, and then fill up on healthy foods first. Our program offers PCMRs, portion-controlled meal replacements, or just eat something healthy before you go. Have a green smoothie, have a veggie platter, have something healthy before you go, and then no family-style servings. It's a weird habit that a lot of people, I thought it was a great thing to bring your meals to the table and eat as a big family. One of the things, the habits that we've changed in our home is not doing the face style at the table. We leave everything in the kitchen and we make our plates there, so then we're not going back for seconds and unconsciously just grabbing more and more and more. Then that way you're really working on your portion controls. Another really good tip is your portion control, using a smaller plate. The Habits of Health teaches you to use a 9-inch plate, just because then you only fill up 9 inches of your plate rather than having a great big plate. So using a smaller plate and not going back for seconds. Go for a little walk. Go for outside and play football with the kids. Go jump on the trampoline. Do something. If you're really feeling like you need something afterwards, then go back, but don't go for seconds right after. Another big thing is the holidays isn't about the food and that. There is, that feeling that that's what it's about. But focus on your friends and family and the company that you're with and enjoying and being thankful for everybody that you're around. It's a time of year right now where we see people we don't usually see, and focus on those relationships rather than on the food that's there. Chantelle, keep going.
Absolutely, thanks. Make sure to get all your water in. This is a big one, 100 ounces a day. Drink that before you even go to your holiday gathering. Sleep. How many of us have felt like I don't know, but I felt like mentally blurred sometimes because I don't get enough sleep, because staying up with the family, staying up with the kids, whatever, make sure and get that sleep so that you're at your best. Decide in advance what you're actually going to do. Are you going to not eat any pie? Are you just going to eat a sliver, or are you just going to chow down and eat a ton of pie? It's okay, but decide in advance what you're going to do. I love this tip. Stay away from the food table. Instead of congregating around that, step away. Have like a water bottle in your hand or something, or a drink, a diet drink or something, where you're not going to always be snitching on more and more food. Make and give unedible gifts. I love this for like neighbors and friends. Sometimes, when we get gifts from neighbors that are just a plate full of goodies, sometimes I'll just say, thank you so much for the thought, and I'll just throw it away, to be completely honest, because I don't want that in my house. Or maybe everyone gets one and then the rest go in the trash, because how often can your whole counter fill up with treats and that's just all you're eating the whole holidays? Bake things that aren't tempting to you. If you do want to bake something, maybe for a class party or something, make something that really you'll be fine if you don't eat that. Bring food to gatherings that that is already healthy. Like bring a side dish or something that you can contribute, that you can have there.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to add, Chantelle, something that's really helped me. They have so many different flavors of gum. They have like gingerbread, they have cinnamon, they have things like that. That's really helped me, is to take gum like that to events like that, to birthday parties, to different things that there's going to be lots of sweets, and just sticking that piece of gum in, then you're getting that sweet flavor, you're getting that, and your mouth's already busy, so you're not worried about putting something else in it. That's another really great tip to really help you when you go to gatherings.
That's a really good idea, because you're filling your mouth up with that flavor that you're not going to be eating like chocolate.
Yeah.
You already love that flavor in your mouth. Good.
So I'm going to go into, let's talk about the health crisis in America. This is from the Center for Disease Control, starting in 1985. So by 1995, all the states in the U.S. had statistics that we could look at. You can see by the blue colors that it was somewhere between 10 and 19% of people from 1985 to 1999 were in the obesity range for our nation. Now look at 2010, and this is just 2010. It's probably even worse now. You're going to find that most of the country in the orange have 25 to 30% more in the states that are in the obesity range. And I just think that's crazy to me. And like I said, this is 4 years ago, so I would be surprised if it's even worse now. And it's just sad looking at those colors that is all across the United States. It's not just one region. It's not just that everywhere in the United States has obesity. And then here's some other health statistics. 2 out of every 3 adults in our country is overweight, and 1 out of 3 are obese. The startling fact is that 1 out of 5 kids are facing obesity, and that 25 million Americans have diabetes, and 79 million are pre-diabetic and may not even know it. And a lot of the clients I work with, that's a lot of the reason they started the program. They have diabetes in their family, or they have something. And I work in the school system, so we have, in a school of 800 kids, we have 7 diabetic kids. Type 2 diabetes, not type 1 diabetes. There's a couple that have type 1, but it is just crazy to me, and it's so sad for the kids. And then this is just a picture of evolution. Like, is this really what evolution looks like? It's pretty sad, because that is what it looks like nowadays. Most people look like that. So what I want to talk about are, first off, what are your health goals? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to have more physical activity, reduce your stress, have better sleep? If you could do anything physically, one of my big goals when I started this program was to run a marathon, and I ran my first marathon this June, 50 pounds lighter. I can't even imagine running it with all that weight on me. And having my awesome health coach, she helped me through every bit of the way. She encouraged me on my runs. She encouraged me just to eat healthier. And if I didn't have that help, there is no way I would have finished that race. And then if you could have all the energy you wanted, like Chantelle said, a lot of us moms and parents, we just want to take a nap some days. And I just did not want to be that mom anymore. I wanted to be on the ground playing with my boys and being active. And then who else could benefit? As parents and as role models to kids in the school system, and that we are role models to kids, and they are going to follow our habits. Our kids follow our habits. If we're having 4 Diet Cokes a day, they are drinking Diet Coke, and that's just not what we want. And if you could choose optimal health, what would you choose? Would you choose it? So let's talk some more about some of the different things of health. One of the big things is waking up and eating within 30 minutes of waking up. A lot of people grab their coffee and they don't eat till 10 or 11 o'clock. If you're not eating within an hour of waking up, your metabolism is set, and every time you eat, your body's starving it and just storing it. The next thing is eating every 2 to 3 hours, small protein carb balanced meals, and eating 5 to 6 times a day. And then like Chantelle said earlier, drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. One thing that I do that really helps me with water is I try to chug at least 40 to 60 ounces before I even go to work, because I don't have time to keep running to the bathroom in between classes and that. So I just chug a bunch of water first thing in the morning and make sure that I get that water in before I get to school so I can use the restroom and get started with classes. But that's a really big one that a lot of people that I coach maybe drink 30 ounces of water a day. So really work on your water if that's the one thing you can do, and it's free. So
it's true. And like we said before, you don't drink those calories like sodas and juices, especially during the holiday season. Get your water in. It's just so much better for your health. So great. I'm glad you mentioned that. So let's talk about really why time matters. We talked about eating 6 small meals a day every 2 to 3 hours. Why do we need to do this? So here's a little study for you. I found this very interesting. They did a clinical study by David Jenkins at the University of Toronto about low glycemic eating. So he took 2 groups of people. They ate the same amount of calories in the same foods. That's important. They ate the exact same foods, okay? So one group ate 3 times a day, and the other group ate 6 times a day, as you can see right here. So the group that ate 6 small meals, get this, they lost more weight, they were less hungry, they reduced their cholesterol by 15%, and reduce their blood insulin by 28%. So this is why it's so important when you eat during the day. A lot of people think this just doesn't matter. It's just a matter of number of calories by the end of the day. Putting it into MyFitnessPal and just, whatever it comes up with, that's what I'm going to weigh. As you can see here, it's very, very different. It shows what happens when you eat low glycemic meals 5 to 6 times throughout the day. So these meals are not only going to help, they're going to spike your blood glucose and insulin right around your baseline. Okay, you're looking at this graph. So it's important to do this. If you eat 3 high glycemic meals a day, you would experience a huge blood glucose spike every time you eat. Then what happens is your body has to pump the insulin to combat that, to bring them back down towards baseline. So that's not a healthy cycle. You want to try to keep your blood sugar steady and even. So let's talk about combination, how this matters. So we talked about eating the 5 to 6 times a day, but making sure that they're protein carb balanced. So a lot of people think that they have to get their protein in from like meat or chicken, 5 to 6 times a day. Who's actually going to do that? Who's actually going to eat that meat 5 to 6 times a day? Protein actually comes from a lot of different things. So here's some examples right here. Let's look at this: eggs, Greek yogurt, low-fat cheeses, nuts, the obvious, the fish, the poultry, the meat, cottage cheese, beans, and sometimes people use protein mixes even. So these are a lot of great protein sources that you can use throughout the day. A lot of times when you hear carbs, let's look over on the right side, you think of bread or rice or carbohydrates. That's just what we think of. But here are some healthy sources of carbs that you can make sure and get that protein carb balance. Fruits, berries, vegetables, low carb tortillas, high fiber crackers, steel cut oats, quinoa. There are a lot of different things that you can use for those carbs. So fruit and vegetables won't spike your blood sugar as much as things like bread. So really the combination matters. Each time you eat throughout the day, choose a protein and then choose a carb. Okay, so one from each side. Okay, and then pair those for every meal. So one thing I'm a big believer in is portion controlled meal replacements. And Lindsay, you have to tell me what you think as well, but we just love these. The ones with Take Shape for Life, they're already balanced for you. They have the proper amount of protein and carbs, and so it's an easy option for healthy fueling. So every time that you're fueling your body, it's that's a proper nutrients. And just as a side note, you know, I really think just like every time that you go and fuel your body, a lot of people think that it has to be for taste or emotional fulfillment. But really, I like to look at my food as fuel for our body. Each meal doesn't have to be gourmet. I think that would be so exhausting. It's really like I've changed the way that I think about what I think about food. And it's just fuel for our body.
Yeah. And I love the part of portion controlled meal replacements just because I don't have time. I'm too busy and I don't have time to meal prep and get a bunch of things ready. I just love the convenience. I have them in my purse. I have them in my car. I have them in places, and even in my kids. I feel so much better giving my kids one of those rather than a candy bar or even a granola bar that has, you know, tons of sugar and tons of sodium and things like that. I know that I'm even feeding my kids and my husband and everybody around me healthier when they're eating those PCMRs. And I just love the convenience of them.
Great.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your plate, Linz?
Yeah, so this is kind of what I talked about before, the 9-inch plate. So this is kind of just a visual. You've probably seen this before. So so this is just a really great concept to help people stay within healthy parameters. So as you can see, half the plate should be filled with fruits and vegetables. 1/4 would be protein, and 1/4 would be starches. So this is just a good visual for people just to use a smaller plate, because restaurants usually use a 12 to 14-inch plate. So here's an example of what it would look like at a restaurant. Most Americans usually have 2 cups of brown rice, and just that 2 cups would be more calories than this whole entire meal. So right there, you would double your calories, and you don't want to do that. So another great tip at restaurants is just to if you get a meal, either share it with somebody or get a box before you even eat and split up your meal and put half of it in a box, because it's way too much food and you don't need to be eating that much food.
Perfect. Okay, let's
so these are just some, yeah, go ahead, Chantelle.
Okay. So these are glycemic charts. I love, and we can send these slides to anybody on that really wants these, and so don't worry about taking notes. So sugar so basically these charts, 1 is at no sugar, 100 is like pure sugar, okay? So we talked earlier about how the body responds to pure sugar. You eat it and your blood sugar goes sky high, and then your body has to pump that insulin. So it's better to choose more often to choose lower glycemic index foods. And some of the good low glycemic choices are, let's go over those, like berries, apples, nectarines, peaches, and then some of the higher ones, maybe you didn't know this, but pineapple, mangoes, and just anything that is in the red section. So one question I get is, you mean I can never eat pineapple again? Well, of course not. You know, this is just a guideline to make sure that you're eating mostly in the green. I like the saying, eat green, eat lean. And so I just keep, as a general rule of thumb, just keep in the green.
Yeah, we go back one. I just want to show people. And there was another thing. A lot of people, I thought this was really interesting. I want to point out, look at the carrots. In the raw, they're only 30, but in the cook, they're 80. So you got to really look at that too, watching for both raw and cooked, the difference in them.
Yeah. Okay.
So one of the big things you kind of heard all of us talk about was support. For Take Shape for Life, we're really serious about support. We want to make sure that everyone feels supported in their journey, whether it's weight loss or just getting healthier. In Take Shape for Life, we offer personal health coaches, which all of us are. We have a Facebook support group that is just amazing. We have nutritionist and dietitian on support, doctors and nurses with support calls, and weekly support calls. And we want to just make sure that everybody feels supported, and they're all just great. I love all the resources. I have a bulimic client that's been on for about 2 months, and she's been working with the nutritionist and the behavioralist. We actually have a behavioralist that's not listed on here. And she has just been so impressed with him and how well he has been working with her. And he calls her every week and works with her. And she just says that she's done years of therapy to work on her bulimia, and that this behavioralist has helped her way more, and just all the different supports. It's not just coming from one person, but just every single day, all the different support she gets from the program. And then the next thing, these are some of the educational materials that our program offers. So you probably know people who have lost weight and gained it back. And so what the program teaches you is actually how to rewire your brain and do different things. Reaching a number on a scale is just a side effect for people. And the biggest thing is we're certified through Villanova, and it's just amazing all the different things. Some weeks it's on sleep, sometimes it's on stress, sometimes it's on emotional eating and being mindful. It's just so cool how much this program embraces just health all over. Like Chantelle said, this program is for people that are morbidly obese to people that just want to be healthier. They just want to feel better. And it's really cool to, to have that support.
Yeah, and this, our certification is actually through Villanova University, and this whole course is actually the first obesity prevention course offered in the nation. So this is kind of like up and coming, like very new information where we're finding that our nation needs this right now. Obesity.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how we went over the slides of how it's growing, and it's a crisis in America right now. And so we're very passionate about helping people and obesity prevention.
So another thing about our program is it's simple and it's safe. No matter if you're wanting to, like we said, losing weight or just getting healthier, to find a program that's going to help you in a healthy way. So one of those is going to be to protect your lean muscle and give you the proper nutrition and vitamins that your body needs. So ask yourself, kind of read through this list and look at it. Do you currently eat 6 small meals? Have you tried a bunch of programs and failed? That was me. I tried, and I loved what Vicki said. My husband said the same thing. I am not paying for another diet. I'm not paying for another program. This is kind of your last chance. And I am so grateful that he let it me, because it has changed both of our lives and our whole family's life. And just, do you need help? Have you tried programs and you have no support? So if so, we'd love to tell you a little bit more about Take Shape for Life and our program. So the first thing we have our clients do is start by practicing with 1 meal a day. This is the whole concept we talked about protein and carbs together. So we go about 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein, chicken or fish. And then another example is 3 servings of non-starchy vegetables. It's good for general health to have a bulk of your healthy vegetables to come from one or from more than non-starchy options like salad, tomatoes, and green beans. But there's tons of non-starchy choices. And then the nether part is eating the 6 small meals a day is our meal replacements that have the right protein carb balance to burn fat and protect your lean muscle and not lose that lean muscle. You want to go on?
Yeah, sure. So this is our parent company is Medifast, and they've been a leader in safe and effective weight loss for over 30 years. So our program is actually recommended by over 20,000 doctors. Since 1980, and all of our research is done at Johns Hopkins University. So it's going to be safe and it's effective, and we definitely have the medical research to back it up. One thing I think that's great is also that we're an American company. We have our own research and development, manufacturing warehouses right here in USA, and you just know the standards are high, and it's not flown from another country. So yeah, I love our parent company and what it has to offer, and that it's safe and effective. That's the biggest thing that we get from Medifast. So let's go over just a few stories really quickly about how this is. You've heard from Vicki and Lindsay, and I told you a few stories of mine, but these are just a few other friends. Down here, I want to tell you about Dr. Pecoraro real quick. He was actually a cardiovascular surgeon, and he, as you can see, he had his own problems. He really struggled with his weight. He would tell his clients or his patients to lose weight, but he struggled with that. So he decided to go all natural, for a certain amount of time. And he actually just continued to gain weight in eating all natural. So he met his health coach and he said, well, I'm eating all natural right now. I'm going to see if that works for me. Well, the health coach said, how's that working for you? And it was actually Dr. Anderson, the founder of the company. And the Dr. Pecoraro said, well, it's not getting me anywhere. So he decided to try the program, and sure enough, lost 125 pounds in 9 months. And I actually met him several times, and he just praises the program and just says it saved his life and saved a lot of his patients. He actually sold his practice and is now a health coach full time, because he found that he's helping more people be able to prevent those diseases and to prevent those troubles than actually just working on people once they're on their deathbed. So Deborah is my friend. She lives right here in my same town. Just amazing right here. Lost 75 pounds. She's had 2 babies since this picture. It's just incredible. She's actually gone through cancer treatments as well. And just every time she's just been, if I've learned one thing from Deborah is that health is a journey. It's not a destination. We're always working on it. It's not like we ever arrive at a certain number and then we just say, oh, we're done. It's continually, and that's what our health coach, that's what our support system does, is it doesn't just leave you hanging. We don't give up on people. It's never over. We help you through every phase of life. So, and then Jackie, just another example of one of my friends that has lost 60 pounds. She just, look at that smile. Do you see the confidence and the difference in those two pictures? I love it.
Love that. So you might say, I'm ready for a healthy eating makeover. So kind of what's next? You're going to need help for weight loss. 2/3 of our country does, and you're not alone. It's not like you're the only person out there that needs to lose weight or get healthy. So if you want help, go ahead, call, text, email us, and let's get your order placed. You'll want your educational materials because we're serious about helping you get the education to move forward in your health. And also any healthy meal replacements you would need for your journey, and from us. That's what we're here for, is to help you and go through and find a program that's going to work for you. So please call, text, get a hold of us, and we would love to help you and tell you more about the program and find something that works for you. And also, it's just important to take a moment and think about who else needs this program. Right now, every one of you could think of 5 people in your life that you love and care about, that you want to get healthier. We want to help eradicate obesity. We're trying to do prevention, not just keep treating symptoms with medication and that. If you found value in this webinar and all that, pass it along to your friends and family. Please, we'd love to have them look at it and do that. And we need more health coaches participating in the cause. We need your help. We need help getting people healthy and to get America healthy. So if you know someone who might be interested in helping others, again, feel free to contact us. So thank you so much for being on today. And like Chantelle said, thanks for taking time and watching this webinar and doing that. We really love having you on. And what a great day, the day after Thanksgiving, to just get on and find options to help you. So if you need anything or if you want some more information, please call, text, or email us, and we'd love to help you guys. Have an awesome holiday weekend.
Thanks. We'll see you guys.
Thanks.